They're big fucking glasses too.
I mean, I tell people to hydrate. Doctors recommend you drink clear liquids and whatnot, and blah blah blah. And I just have to keep reminding people when a doctor recommends you to drink clear liquids, they don't mean vodka.
What about Sprite?
Ginger ale is clear.
They don't mean vodka.
So this map on the above ground, which is where we're at, actually goes by callouts for chess pieces. So we're up by radar dish, which is if we look behind us, it'll be a radar dish. It's also called queen because it has a queen marker painted on the side of it.
Oh no.
Yeah, it loves me. It does that a lot. Don't know why.
So you got filing cabinets here, computers, and a case. One's down at the bottom of queen here, towards king.
All right, I'll head down and get it.
It sounds like session started already, but I'm sitting on awaiting session start.
One of those down there, huh?
So yeah, it's one of the the middle blue one.
Okay.
This map also gets significantly better. No, I think it's blue ones this time.
All right, well,
You get
Go in the giant ball building.
Yep.
Okay.
yeah, follow
This
text.
map gets significantly better if you have keys.
We're coming in.
I do not have keys. I've got some, I guess, but yeah, I'm on the first floor in the back. Also, I could be wrong on that. Dooms just kind of like ran me through this place and had me plant the markers with them. I know the locations of them. I just don't know which ones they are specifically. Awesome. Was it the blue one?
Red one.
Oh,
Orange
red
one.
one.
Rather.
Okay.
Coming downstairs.
Same.
No one's down here with me.
No.
We just entered the downstairs.
Oh, you're going below the underground tunnels?
Yeah.
I got killed, but I killed a guy that's down at the red, orange, whatever things.
Oh, you guys come back upstairs. We're gonna go.
And I stopped dying.
So was there two?
Yeah, there's two. One's dead.
Alright, coming back up the stairs.
20.
When you come out the wall, turn left. And I'm headed down the mountainside towards the guys that killed Mims.
His name is $20. It's $20. That's fine.
Oh shit! One was watching the door. I didn't know if it was you or not for a second there. Well, I got some bolts in an ES lamp.
They're firing SKS, by the way.
You know where they shot you from at the door?
They were at that gate we went through, sitting right in the middle of it. Crouched.
Lovely.
I got the one that killed Mims.
My guy was weapons.
Oh, he's not even clever. He's not doing like what the AFAC.
No.
Damn it.
Well, at least reserves was running fine that time.
It's good.
It's good.
Oh, I just lost all that. That was nice. Like,
Oh, did you get killed too?
Camping little shit, yeah.
Was he sitting in the same spot?
No. He shot, you know that little crack through the left of the door?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he shot me through that.
Yep.
Oh well, now he's inside the building.
Don't worry, Tex got him. You'll get him.
I will? Damn it.
You know, not to put undue pressure on you or anything.
Yeah, no kidding.
Don't fail us.
What gear was he using?
The guy upstairs? I don't know.
Yeah.
Div, you know?
No idea. I didn't. That's my bad. He at least had armor on.
He had armor, helmet.
Yeah.
Alright.
decently sized magazine.
Hello, Sam.
This is what I get for going in with anything more than a pistol.
At least on, like, early game.
Did you guys die in the stairway going down?
Yeah, we're
Yeah, I
coming
hear him.
out of the stairway, yeah.
Yeah, we're in the door.
You let him know.
I think he's dead.
Nice.
Yep, he's dead. What the AFAC?
Yeah, that's him.
Alright, he's dead. Did one of us bring in this AKM?
With the
No.
drum mag?
Yeah.
Brought in a pistol.
Yeah, that was me. I had the drum mag suppressed AKM.
Give me just a sec. I gotta do some hiding. And I fucking needed a mag, of course.
Like, whenever I go in with nothing but a pistol, I do wonderful. I do fine. Anything more than that, dead instantly.
You can put multiple sights on a gun.
Oh, yeah. You can do some stupid shit by branching guns.
Like, I saw Sam do 3 flashlights.
You seen his MP5?
No.
His MP5 is dumb.
I was thinking about bringing the silenced AK that we got out of factory. When I picked yours up, and this was the second guy's. But it's also worth 50,000. Or I could just bring the MDR.
How was your nap?
I'm
How's the
sitting
raids
here
going?
wondering
Raids are
how that
going-
guy knew there was more of us in there.
Probably just counting footsteps.
For the true masochist, take off the irons and nothing else.
But after Mims went up, I stopped moving.
That wasn't me. I left.
So I'm just like, how did he know I was there? Because I stopped moving when Mims died.
I think you were with Tib there.
Yeah, you were with me.
Sorry, when Tim died.
Fuck it, try the
I was
Where is Jaeger
also
located in
almost
woods? Okay,
all
so
the
there's a
way
crash
down.
plane on the northwest section.
So, I don't know if I can
And in that crash plane, there is a deer
Wait, it's working
blind
today?
at the end of it. And then around the deer blind, there's a wood panel that has an envelope underneath it.
My goodness,
Alright.
there's a lot of beans in here. Hello.
Somebody tell me where I left my backpack.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Alright, everybody in the channel. Maiden Sentinel, give them happy birthdays. Their name is Sam. Give them hugs. Send them
Happy
cupcakes.
birthday.
Happy birthday to Sam. How old are you? Only answer if you're comfortable with that.
What the heck? Forget which hill I left my backpack on. That's... Come on, we good.
Let's everyone give that bean all the hugs right now. They're good peoples.
Oh, this Giselle is useless.
Damn it, I wish I didn't sell that. I need it now. So what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna buy another one. Alright, we made some room. Oh, oh, shush, Sam.
So did your plant actually go off there?
Yes, I got the first one.
Okay.
I want the gun my scav has, so I'm gonna run that scav run and just extract. Because, you know, I want his gun. She was like, I like your gun, I'm gonna go take it.
You're coming with me. He's like, this is now mine.
Yeah. Let's check and see if there's
Yeah,
anything in
I
these
dropped
server
that first
X.
guy pretty well. It was the second one that finished me off.
I
Bet you they fucked up my ABS actually.
That what the fuck guy, what was he running? When you were
he had an AK-102 with trash ammo, I believe. Like FMJ rounds.
Alright. I'm all kitted up, ready to go when you're out, Tex.
Okay, I am in King currently, making my way towards extract.
gonna back out of the scav run?
It'll take me a couple minutes. You probably got time for that scav run if you're just gonna do a run through.
Because usually I get greedy and stop somewhere and grab shit. You know, true being a scav. But time to be greedy.
Oh, here we go. That's bothering me. Hmm.
Okie dokie. I have no idea. I actually have it on a random playlist on YouTube. I can look it up later this evening. I'll see if I'll post it in the Discord if I remember.
Shit.
So I'm gonna do a bit of an announcement. Forgot to do that earlier. Do.
Boo.
Yeah, a lot of these songs on this playlist sound pretty good.
Man, they're everywhere down there. And that's extract. You can go through radar and hope that they've turned on power. That's an option. It's a good option, actually.
so what's everyone up to?
Ran into 2 people downstairs. I'm now having to find an alternate way. I think I'm gonna work my way back towards radar.
There.
And then go down that way and hope that they've turned on power.
I'm gonna do a quick throwaway on the factory. Ah, relaxing day.
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to kill myself at this point. Yep.
Did you say out?
No, I said ouch.
Oh.
Definitely trying to get myself killed.
What the fuck was on the end of that shotgun, man?
Oh, it's a muzzle brake.
Yeah, but it's just like shotgun, 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 block.
Look, look, look. Don't be making fun of my shotgun's big nose, okay? It's very sensitive about this.
It's British.
Dead guy.
What you looking for in factory?
I'm just here to pick up junk.
Junk. Oh look, junk.
Maybe mess up someone else's,
Maybe you'll make friends with Tequila.
I never see him. Try to avoid him. His nipples scare me.
You find nuts. I can never find nuts. All I can ever find is bolts.
Look, dude. Look, look, look. Oh, he had a second gun. Shit. I was gonna be a dick because he's like, he ran out of ammo, so I was just gonna walk up to him and put my gun in his and pull the trigger and he pulled out another gun. Dummy thick. Holy shit. That actually was pretty fucking funny. Oh yeah, what'd you get? What'd you get out? Sentinel. Why did I just call you Sentinel? Sam. Sorry, I have pizza in front of me. I'm distracted by pizza.
Hold up. About to get a shot.
No.
Fair back. Queenie. Place.
Kicking myself for dropping that back earlier. Fucking hey, there's scavs in here now too.
Running everything.
Yeah, they are. How you doing, Goat? I have a minute? Oh, sure, I'll look. Ah, it's so pretty. Well done.
Quality's gotten better since this year.
Alright, I'm being hunted from the side, from above, and I know there's people below, and that's where I'm headed.
By the way, for those who are watching, who want to see it from another point of view, check out TexasTibbers.
Oh, thank you, sir.
They're still alive. We are dead.
Go figure. The guy above is following me from building to building, but above me.
That's some sketchy shit.
I think he saw me and also panicked and was like, well, I'm gonna go over here, but I just honestly don't have the ability to fight people right now. I say that, and I just found 2 AKs.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Hopefully.
And anyone who says that I'm losing view count because I'm playing WoW, I want to play the new dungeons and just permanently ban anyone who, like, obviously I know that my view count's going down. Mm-hmm. And then the select few, which is like, I know I was one of the people who was encouraging all of these WoW players and all these other people to, like, come over to our side, like, come try this game, but just please disregard that. Don't do it anymore. I want to go play with my son and I can't because there's a queue. Which I got a big kick out of. I got no hoops in my bones. I do.
Oh, excuse me. Wait, hold on. Sky is. Oh, it doesn't move.
No, why would it?
Because it was moving over here. It was doing flappy things as I was walking by.
No.
Maybe it's just me.
No.
Oh, I saw it, bro.
No, I promise.
Y'all, I'm new to the green screen world, and I love it. Sorry. What was I doing?
Probably painting, I think.
Wait, oh my gosh, you can hear but you can't see now. Oh, Aftershock, I'm so sorry. I'm the fucking worst. Oh, excuse me, pardon me. I don't know how to restream. So if you really want to know, this is the first time I've restreamed from this computer number 4. So it's a whole new like setup, unfortunately. Black screen. Black screen died.
I got hoops in my bones.
Okay. So you should be able to see this. I'll see if my...
This is so fucking hard, dude.
Wait, you can't see?
Looks like you can see just fine.
What the heck?
Why do heck?
Is it an Aftershock problem?
I don't know.
Let me open your stream.
Let me know if I fixed it.
It looks like it's fixed. I see us on the screen.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, it's fixed.
Oh my gosh, he just wants to give me steps, bro. That's like the ultimate. Aftershock's like, we're out, bitch. How many spin channel points if I just tell her her shit's broke?
That's rude.
That's exactly what Aftershock sounds like. Yep.
He's so smooth, man. I don't know what to tell. I can't replicate that. Have you ever just wanted to mimic all emotes that are dropped? Like anytime someone's like,
Guys, quick, drop some weird emotes.
Yeah, and then
Pariah Dog's tabs in the chat.
honestly, just
I had a really bad habit that I developed in high school of mimicking facially the emojis that I was sending people. So I would stick my tongue out all the time.
oh,
If I ever do a colon P, just know that I am making that face.
I'm so sorry. That's such a weird bad habit.
That's fine.
I send a lot. Also, I realized today at work, there's this single GIF that I like really enjoy using while I'm at work. And I realized it to a point today where I was like, I wonder how many people know that that's what I'm gonna post before I post it. Hello, I love you. Hello, Annie.
Hi, Annie.
How are you? But it's this GIF where this guy's in a car, and he just like puts his seat back and is like, "Don't look at me." And I just do that all the time at work. Anytime they ask me to do something or they like point me out for doing something like really well, they're like, "Wow, Yuri did this amazing thing," or like, "Wow, she knows the answers," or "She's really quick," or like whatever. I'm just like,
yeah.
please don't.
You do that all the time. You do that at home. You do that anytime anyone compliments you. You do that when somebody says something weird.
But it's just one of those things where I'm just like, today in particular, the entire team got called out, and they're like, "Hey,
You guys are doing such a good job."
Yeah, like and continue like doing this thing." And then I everyone on the team was like liking this thing, like upvoting this thing, because it functions like Discord in Teams. They upvoted it, and apparently everyone else on the team like hearted it because they really liked it or something. And I was just like, "Yeah, cool, man." And the person who posted is like, "Thanks, Erie," and I was just like. Like, don't look at me, please. Like, why am I getting called out? Okay, I'm crocheting a birthday gift. My legs are doing the tingly, hurty. Oh, no. Like, what's it called? Sciatica? Where it's like.
Sciatica, huda.
Isn't that what it is?
Static does your legs a little bit, but it usually only does one leg.
Man, that's...
It's usually a shooting pain from your lower back into one of your legs.
Dude, it's that like sharp burn bleh pain is bleh pain. You know that feeling, yeah. It's also kind of scary. It's kind of the same feeling that when you sneeze way too hard.
Oh, and your bones hurt?
Yeah, and like your like chest or like your hand or your arms have that. Get out
It's a
of
bad
here.
one mostly because it's just like, it's so inescapable. Fibro flare, your nerves aren't happy.
Girl,
Fair.
that's so exciting though. I know you probably feel like absolute garbo.
Feel like shit. Oh, shit.
They're all duffel bag of shit. Oh, but that's so exciting. Also, I don't know if you saw, because I didn't really like tell anyone or post it anywhere or like expect anyone to like see or like look for it. When I tried VR tilt brush for the first time, I tried to make Kiki and Topines as like 3D models.
They're adorable.
Just know that there is a gray cat with 2 colors and an orange cat. Don't worry, I like clipped it in one of my highlights and it says your name in the highlight. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of hard to miss, but at the same time I can just send it to you afterwards. I forgot. But I highlighted it so you wouldn't have to search around through my bullshittery that is VR time. Because I made a Mimic for Westfield, and then I made a Pikachu for Paradox, and I made Robert this really fucking bad, like, rifle. It was so bad.
Those are hard to make.
They aren't. They are just, they're not that hard. I think.
The one you did first.
Yeah, it was the first thing that I did.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll learn. Look at those cute emotes. Whose burger is that?
Burger.
I want to follow a streamer who has a cute ass burger as an emote.
Specifically as an emote.
Like, dude, they're just the things that the emotes that some streamers have. I'm like, that's all.
It's burger.
You got a cute ass burger, a cute ass taco. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You scream my type of person.
That'd be the worst though, because you would just be snacky all the time. People would spam snack emotes in your chat. Be like, ooh, I want ice cream.
I mean, if
Sounds good to me, dude.
If Snacker makes it big, I just want his entire emote thing to be just snacks. Mm-hmm. You know, I want like a fucking bag of chips and like a pop of some sort, like a old school fountain drink. Mm-hmm. I'm not like thinking about somebody else's emotes, but like I also want a rusty, like rust colored, like rust monster emote for Dis. Like I want him to have this completely just like be like, what is
I'm a big fan of Dis's emotes.
Yeah, I really actually like Dis's emotes.
Dude,
they're very Twitch.
They're funny as heck.
Love the Pepe memes.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have so many questions for you guys. Starting with, how do you guys feel about the new book?
The one that just got leaked?
Yes.
Pretty exciting. I believe that
like
it's
dragons.
The one that's going to be coming out. I didn't actually listen to the Nerd Immersion video, but I think it's him or his people that actually did the data mining for it. But dragons are cool. Potential magic items are pretty cool.
Yeah, that's my running theory.
Warpig, that doesn't count as a snack. I mean, I guess.
Yeah, you got pepperoni.
No.
You got squid.
Salt.
You got
salt?
Pickle Rick. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life, dude.
That's fucking octopus.
Yeah.
Has like feelings, bro.
Hey, it's feeling tasty. That's
Me,
what
the
it's
carp.
feeling.
Dude, it's funny. Calamari. You're vicious. Someone's got like a cute like deer emoji, and fucking Warpig's like venison bitch.
I just had a real nice venison burger.
Oh man. I mean, don't get me wrong, food is food, but at the same time, like, I've had so many
Just don't
emotions.
give it eyeballs.
Yeah, I've had so many emotions. Man.
What does saffron look like?
I have so many questions. Okay, so D&D released /
So yeah, it should be there was a leak. Someone data mined it, which means that they went into the code of probably the website and found some information that they weren't supposed to find. But that was already set up on the website, so eventually they'll learn. Of a new book, which should be the book that is coming out in between. What are the two that are coming out? There's the Feywild Adventure that's coming out in September, and then in November it should be the Dragon book, and then in October the other one.
I don't know that one. Was it an adventure? Or I don't know. I don't remember that.
Oh man,
You probably
they
told me,
announced
I
it
forgot.
in the week of whatever. Hold please. I'll lose all my street cred if I don't know what this book is.
Okay, while you're losing your street cred, I have a question for you guys, for chat in particular. So, we've been slowly on the back end talking about a few things. There's a lot of DMs and like game masters and dungeon masters.
Strixhaven. The Strixhaven book is coming
Oh
in.
yeah, the like Magic Colleges one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Go ahead. Sorry.
There's a lot of dungeon masters and game masters in the Onsite Gaming like group and in the Discord, and specifically 3 sitting here, plus Deviant, plus Dooms, plus X amount of other people, but all fairly like experienced, could run one-shots and campaigns and stuff. I know that there's a lot of people who've played D&D before and who have played Pathfinder, who've played Mutants and Masterminds and like some other stuff. Are any of you interested in like a 4-hour, 6-hour session, one shot? Is that something y'all would want to participate in? Or want to try out or learn more about? Because
Are you planning a one shot?
So I'm currently, I'm putting a lot of effort into Candlekeep. And it sucks to think about it being played through once. Because it's actually just like a super replayable, super fun thing. And if I put a lot of effort into it, it could just be replayed by other adventurers. It's a max party of 4, or, like, I think I wouldn't run it with less than 2. But I also have a series of, like, other one-shots that I have designed and, like, homebrew, like, worlds and stuff that I'd be willing to run. For sure. Like, ones that are in, like, the shape of a brain. Yeah.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, so it's just something that's definitely like towards the fall and towards the winter is when my time will sort of like free up again. But like, and that's about the amount of time that it would take for me to prep and for players to like emotionally prep.
I assume anything you'd be doing would be in 5th edition?
I would be doing 5th edition, but I know that there's other DMs right now that would be willing to run outside of 5th.
Yeah.
So, chaotic neutral for life. And I'm just, I'm just here like, I've never played before. You, Gecko? Do you want to? We have so many people that like either have only played a little bit or haven't played in such a long time that it's a completely new game, or have
like
only
Aftershock.
Yeah, like so excited. I'm so excited. Old D&D, maybe not the new stuff, 3.0 or newer. So we actually, y'all are in a Pathfinder campaign right now, right?
Yeah, but that's new stuff.
But it's very similar to old stuff, right?
Not really. It's more
Why?
new stuff. It's like second edition Pathfinder is it's relatively close to 5th edition, but it's also a modernization of Pathfinder 1st edition, which was made as a kind of clone to 3rd edition. So it's all kind of new stuff, right? Still, according to Warpig. I'm supposed to be starting a D&D thing in a few weeks with some friends when some friends finish their current campaign. Nice.
That
should be fun. Have you ever played before, Annie?
Yes.
She has? Oh.
I'm interested, what kind of campaign or what kind of character, or is it going to be online or in person?
The old TSR stuff. Yeah, like like advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, I don't think any of us have ever played.
But don't you have second edition books?
I have a whole bunch of second edition books that I bought as kind of like a collection thing, but I've never actually played it before. Though I have played NetHack, which is built off of, is basically like a video game clone of like first or second edition. I think it's first edition.
Okay.
So I've played through some of the I know some of the rules for how first edition tends to play, and I've fanned through some of the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons books, just to kind of like see what's in there, but I don't know how to run it or play it.
Dang.
Though I don't think it would be very hard to figure out, but I don't.
That's my jam. You've played Pathfinder. Okay. Wait, is TZR
Or TSR.
Is that the group that keeps coming up?
That was the company that used to own Dungeons and Dragons in first and second edition. That was the one that was created by like Gary Gygax and stuff like that.
So
Currently, Gary Gygax's son is spawning, or was recently spawning.
Gary Gygax has passed away. He's that was a number of years back, and his son is like trying to capitalize on his father's legacy and like, and he was the one who spawned a bunch of controversy around stuff recently. So
that he was trying to get the gang back together.
Yeah, but
the gang was already back together, just without him. With the
without the son.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I'm just glad that I wasn't misreading that.
Yeah, they're reviving TSR.
okay.
Oh dang. Also, I have a dog underneath me.
Is that a
Don't
problem?
just don't be scared.
Okay. This will be D&D proper. I don't know. It's an intro campaign. Goat and another friend are supposed to play for the first time. So I'm planning to work in a character that balances theirs and is not something that I would normally pick. Oh,
nice.
Cool. Oh, jeez.
Hello, Aftershock. So yeah, I think I'll start off. My loss of the week.
Oh yeah, we're just jumping right into that, huh?
You want to come say hi? Maybe.
Hi.
What do you look like on a different camera?
Oh, be careful, my guy.
What you working on?
This. You seem so impressed. Right.
Right.
Oh my God, Mr. Hey, I have a question. Do you like being called potato or no? I need to know if I need to shame him or not.
I don't think you need to shame him.
Okay. If you like it, then
You can throw stuff at him, though.
I don't think I can. Like, digitally, I don't have anything to throw except for shade.
Throw shade.
I don't have any shade to throw, though. I'm all out. Sorry.
I get you one of your chocolates.
No, sir. I'm good. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. Alright, I think,
Wait, hold on for a second. I want to see.
I wanna
No
see
home
what-
button.
Never mind.
What kind of computer doesn't have a home button?
Oh, yeah. I was just testing the
The waters.
Keurig thing that you mentioned with your stream.
Oh, sorry. The gang will never get back together unless you get a merger between GW Old Wizards and some video game companies that are now
Yeah, I think the original like
Fireball.
people who used to run TSR with Gary Gygax and stuff have all long since scattered to the four winds to go off and do their own stuff
Yeah,
or whatever.
for sure. The gang ain't getting back together. The gang's already gotten back together about as much as they can, and is off doing their own thing, and has reacted very negatively to Junior's propositions.
He's gone rogue.
I mean, I don't really know anything about it, but it sounds like drama.
Dude, who doesn't love drama?
People who don't
Twitch-
like drama.
Twitch is just nothing but drama.
People
now.
who say they don't like drama are just people who like drama.
My God, you caught me. Witches get stitches, bro.
Don't know what that means.
For billions. Dude, so I think Backstreet Boys are getting back together. And I never even liked them, but I'm like, well,
You didn't like the Backstreet Boys?
I mean, like, I wasn't like a fan. Know what I mean?
I was.
But it's like anyone who can use the phrase getting back together, you know, I'm like, do it! I believe in you! Do whatever makes you happy. Like, honestly, but at the same time, if it's just like mass media covering your content constantly and filtering out like new people like Billie Eilish or Post Malone or something like that, just because of this like cult following for your thing, I'm just like, come on.
Yeah, purple.
Alien purple.
And they're not getting together making new music. They're getting together performing their old music.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah, like, do whatever makes you happy. I'm just not like, I just don't want it.
All I know is if I was in a band and I was with these guys and we made a bunch of music and it was really fun, and then we all kind of went off to go do our own things for a while and explore other opportunities. We got old, and then we're like, hey, what if we got back together and like played all our old music? Like that could be a real cool experience. It doesn't usually end up that way because usually a lot of times bands break up for like negative reasons, but I don't see that it has to be like that. Maybe that's naive.
Old Westfield, looking out for the Backstreet Boys.
Nothing wrong with getting paid for the work you put in.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I'm sorry. Backstreet Boys, I approve your message. Also, free Britney. Like,
Yeah, for Britney.
also, free Kesha. Like,
Okay, I think this guy's pretty much done. I'm gonna put a wash on him here in a sec.
so sorry. Actually, so good.
Here you go, Colin.
Yes. It's wonderful. It's so fabulous.
Quite fab. Yes, indeed. I need a wash. Probably that purple wash, huh?
A face to the voice. Honestly, Aftershock.
Always get along.
If he ever shows up on this stream, I'm honestly just like, you have the floor, do what you want.
I have a question, friends.
I have so many answers.
I think you've both experienced starting off a D&D campaign on a boat before, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
I'm just so ready for this conversation. For those who don't know, he's currently DM prepping.
Oh, hi.
And that's why he's not painting.
You know, like the campaign kind of starts and you guys are or you're traveling to a new place and you're on a boat and you're like, oh, I'll get to mingle around with the crew members on the boat and talk to the new other players and stuff and like learn who they are and stuff about them. Like, what have you liked and not liked about that experience? What are things that you're like, man, I wish I could have done this, or man, I wish we could have skipped past this when you're on your boat journey into your new lands?
I have so many answers.
Do you have any answers, Ryan?
I have some answers, I think.
Okay.
Let Tibbers go first, for sure.
Okay. So a few things. I've been on lots of boats IRL. I've been on cruise ships multiple times, deep sea fishing boats multiple times, like speedboats, fan boats, like regular bass boats, canoes, rafts, kayaks, bullshit, right? Every single time, seasickness happens. It either you have to like muscle with it and you realize that you're not getting sick, or it does happen and you're having to deal with being sick. Like the natural chemical, like your reaction, the way that your brain reacts to being on the water off of land, getting your sea legs and stuff like that, it's just a normal thing that people are actively dealing with. And then also emotionally, I've never not been on a big boat with other people where people aren't saying like, oh my God, we're in the water. Like, what if this happens? What if a shark? What if this? I've never ever been in a situation where they just played it cool. There's always that one fucking person. And when we get into a D&D campaign, I never get to meet those people. I never, as a player, get to interact with seasickness. It's usually like constitution roll, that's it. And no, I don't want to like constantly have to like...
I'm always the one that makes my characters seasick.
Yeah, I don't want to have to like struggle with it, like, oh, it's constantly blizzarding, so roll every 2 fucking seconds, you know, whether or not you get sick or not, right? But I want, like, I want to know, I want that to be a real thing mechanically, and I also want it to be a real thing socially. That's one thing, seasickness. The second thing is the idea of being trapped on a floating thing for a set amount of time. Most people, when you get into a car, they feel that thing where it's like, oh, I'm gonna be in the car for 30 minutes until I get blah, 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 or an hour, or 6 days, or 6 weeks, or they have a perception of like expected time. What happens if it's too short? What happens if it's too long? Also, not everyone handles being in a confined space well for that long, and they get on each other's nerves, or they find ways to escape that thing. People will roll down the window and put their hand out, or they'll escape via media or reading a book or playing a game to distract themselves. When you're playing a character that there's like not card games going off, they're not tying ropes on themselves and jumping out into the sea, or they're not fishing, they're not like dealing with the external things that are around the boat that are still existing and making it a real thing. Because that happens. You drop little boats so you can go and do, like, you know, things. One of my favorite movies is Waterworld, because they have this, like, deck that's just netting that I like as a kid was like, oh, it's so perfect. You can be in the water but be on a boat at the same time. And I was just like obsessed with. I don't know if that like there's so much. I have so much. Those are my two. I'm gonna just shove it back down. I was just thinking about this yesterday.
Yeah?
So
That's perfect.
The water world.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird.
I think that my thing is that everything is you all meet in a tavern. Like, it doesn't actually matter what skin you put on the tavern. Like, you're always going to meet in a tavern sort of thing.
Whether your tavern's a boat or...
Your tavern can be a boat or...
a jail cell.
Or a jail cell or, like, a wagon that you're being transferred as a prisoner on. Like, you're going to have a space. You're going to have things in that space that, like, maybe people want to interact with. Maybe they don't. Maybe you have characters that, like... want to make themselves have like seasickness, which I think that newer players are generally more likely to like want to have that, where it's like, oh, my character is seasick because we're on a boat. And like, you know, maybe some like gambling or something. But like, if the players don't have a character that's seasick, just have an NPC who's seasick, and then like the whatever the like inciting action is. I think that also the Final Fantasy X did a really good job of this, because you spend a lot of time in a like transitionary phase between things where you're like flying, and you're like on an airship, which is just being on a boat, right? Mm-hmm. And you just like walk around and people have like dialogue as you walk up to them or whatever. But like, you know, I think that having like things that are in the area or things that are on the boat that are like people doing specific activities or stuff like that, like can really make the whole situation feel really alive. Like, not everyone in the bar is just drinking. Everyone in the bar might just be drinking, but you know, some of them are going to be like gambling, and some of them are going to be like gossiping, and some of them are going to be like doing illegal, shady shit, and then like. Go ahead.
How do you feel about like times given to your players, as far, or like had time given to be on that boat journey? Like,
I've only been on a boat tour 4 times in my life. I've never had your experience. My first was in Baltimore City, Dirty Harbor waters, and it was just shocked to see an eel when I looked over the side, or that I could even see anything in the water at all. I see. Anyway,
like, do you usually feel like, oh man, we're kind of this boat thing's dragging on, or like, oh, we never really got to like spend the time to really be on the boat? Because it sounds like it's the second one where you like kind of wish you were given a little bit more immersive experiences on your boat journey, instead of just like, oh yeah, boat journey, yeah, we arrived. But
you are talking to 2 One Piece fans.
Yes, I'm also a One Piece fan.
Yeah,
I think that
Melissa,
like,
I don't think would want to be on a boat for that long.
There's that thing that
but that's me guessing.
I saw in a TikTok of all places that was talking about this guy who was running, or he was hosting a D&D club in his like high school or middle school or something, right?
Yeah.
And he's a teacher and he's hosting his D&D club, and he had they were playing through like an Adventure League style thing, and one of the kids one of the groups of tables had gotten to a point where they were fighting. They were doing a big boss fight with a dragon, right? And he had noticed while they were playing that the DM like wasn't writing anything down, wasn't taking any notes or like keeping track of hit points or anything. Mm-hmm. And he like walked up to the table or pulled that DM aside afterwards and was like, "Hey, I noticed that you weren't like tracking anything during the fight. Like, how many hit points did that dragon have?" And he was like, "What do you mean hit points? As soon as the fight becomes boring, then the dragon dies." And so it's like, as soon as interacting with stuff on the boat becomes boring, then either the like transportation ends or something exciting happens.
Yeah, that's the correct answer to every question like that.
So, okay, to honestly, Aftershock's got a point though. It's like, I think humanizing the experience, because when you get onto a boat, knowing that their backstory and also them as players may not be exposed to the things that are naturally in the environment, and being sure as a DM to paint that environment. Point out the like eel over the thing or the thing, because like you're gonna assume that you will, because you've already got that super in your brain. Like when you walk into the corridor, there's a chandelier and there's sconces on the wall and there's a rug on the floor and everything's made of mahogany.
It's that experience of like the DM walks into the situation with perfect knowledge of what the room looks like and what's in it. You have to build that out for your players, otherwise they're not going to have that. They're going to have a completely different picture in their head or no picture at all in their head because you haven't just helped them get to where you are. You walk in with the head start kind of thing.
Yeah, also, just quick question. When he said when you're on a boat, right? You're on a boat, you're on an adventure. For you, what color is the water? Like, what did you imagine in your brain? Did you imagine Baltimore dirty harbor water?
Right. I just imagine like open sea water. I actually don't think of the water very much when I think about being on a ship.
Because, like, I assume that there are some people that imagine, like, dark blue, deep blue sea. And, like, for me, I'm imagining, like, you're practically in a pool, sucker. Like,
I'm
you
much
can see
closer
to the...
That, like, it's not, like, see-through, but it's very, like, light blue water is what I imagine.
Yeah, like
not
coral.
Like dark sea water. Like I'm not imagining the like crashing waves and
night.
like the storm clouds and.
Also, whenever you gotta also know that like Subnautica is not for everyone.
Yeah, that's right.
Subnautica.
That's kind of the water I imagine is Subnautica water.
Yeah, but the problem is what Warpig just said is black dark night water, and my eye eerie as a player. If you described that to me in game, I'd be like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here on a boat in the dark where I've been there. It gives me feelings of unsettled. Me on a beach looking out at dark black night, like, yeah, let's go. Ocean scene with like, oh, it's perfect. But on a boat in the night gives me the creeps. No way. I also imagine like this, not even like captain, but like almost conductor vibes, where it's gotta be machine based, where it's like toot toot in the dead of night, or else if you humanize a captain, I'm like, please, I don't want to get lost. You know, like there's so much anxiety and panic that comes with nighttime boat stuff for me. So in a game, we've actually played through, like in D&D, we've played through a few of those scenarios where I'm like, how would my character act? How would my character act? And
how would I act here?
They love the water. Until the sea eel, emerged green. Oh, wait. Until he said is this green? Algae growth? Oh, okay. Yeah, so.
Until he said eel, the image was green algae growth.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The water here is sludge brown. Our sewage used to... Ew! Why? Aftershock. Our sewage used to flow into your harbor?
Best place for it to go.
Who designed that?
Did you get saved, Jenny?
Who did that? Like, even... When did sewage systems and cities get built and designed like that?
Probably in the like early 1900s, late 1800s, I assume.
Oh, hold on. Let me put the puppies up.
I think one of them went into the office and the other one was locked out, so they
let each other. You let each other out, prisoners.
Jenny's like, I'm going to go instantly to where I can cause the most trouble.
Yeah. I mean, they're fine right now, but I think the office door is open.
It is.
Yeah. Also, I'm not getting very much painting done. But
That's okay.
I'm not that mad about it. One day I'll finish this mini.
Yeah. There's no rush in life. Not quite true, but, close enough to being true.
Late 1800s, early 1900s, yeah.
Dude, I love the names for stuff in here.
But
Betrayal of Black Glass.
Also, another thing is like, how much knowledge does the DM have about this scene, right? Because I feel like, late 1800s, early 1900s for sewer system.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
There had to be some smart people then,
They were just lazy.
Lazy, yikes.
Didn't understand.
They were cost effective.
Yeah.
That just sounds real bad.
I mean, that's society for you, man.
Oh, I think my phone died.
You need a charger?
No. Can I borrow your computer?
Yeah.
I just want to look up a picture.
Yeah,
If you want to use the computer that we're...
Why would you not just use my computer?
What's this called again? Sword. That's how you spell Minotaur.
Why is there no orca emoji?
Yeah.
What is this one?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Okay.
They just painted it solid.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I was just trying to find this like look at this guy. These look so dope, man. I'm just trying to find the one that they had detailing here that it's fine. Why is there no orca emoji? Probably so you can't fat shame people is probably why it's not defaulted. I mean, honestly, like the potato is as aggressive as it gets. You know what I mean? There's not a whole lot of like, hey, you're.
I have zero associations with orcas and fatness.
Yeah, what?
What?
What is?
But
what
there's a
orca
whale. I thought, in my brain, orcas and whales are the same thing.
Orca whales are the psychopathic
This is what you're
ones.
looking at? No, not this one.
No, it's okay. Orcas are aggressive as heck. If you're on Strixhaven, break into the library and don't piss off Professor Onyx. Is that a Pokemon thing?
No, man.
What is
That's
that?
a D&D thing.
What are you talking about?
Strixhaven is the book that we mentioned.
Oh, the new one
Yeah.
that's coming out?
I imagine
It's not, I don't know why Professor Oak. It's not Professor Onyx.
So
Onyx
Warpig knows some stuff about like the Magic the Gathering lore and characters that are involved. And Strixhaven is the combination between Magic the Gathering and D&D. So he's like, hey, if you go to Strixhaven, I know about this character. I don't know anything about what's in the book because no one knows what's in the book, right? But he knows about some Magic the Gathering characters, and that's one of the characters that might be in Strixhaven.
Yeah.
So are they gonna add like a Johnny's to
Possibly. So possibly.
D&D stuff? Because I would love some like low-key just lion folk art to just spread through the D&D.
So they already have
A Johnny's is dope.
What is it? They have the Theros book, which has the lion people in it, which is that Theros book is a crossover between D&D and Magic the Gathering. They also have Guildmaster's Guide Ravnica. Ravnica is a Magic Gathering place that has all the different Ravnica guilds, and we have both of those books.
Yeah, but they're not like official D&D content.
Yes, they are. They're fully published official D&D.
But can you play them?
Yeah, they're full like hardbound books.
Oh.
They're just like every other D&D book. They also, what you're thinking about those little web supplements that they had that we had referenced forever ago. We're not talking about those. These are like full, like 300-page books.
Okay, cool. I have not even seen those books ever.
I think we only have them digitally on D&D Beyond.
Okay, cool.
We might have theirs physically. I don't remember.
I don't know why my brain just is like, no, those are just those are plays. Those are just like little things I'm not allowed to use.
Yeah, so no, you could play a lion person if you wanted to. And that's where Satyr is from.
Miss. Okay. What's this? London? Loxton will be bigger.
The Loxodon will be bigger in Strixhaven. Yeah, the Loxodon are the elephant people.
They're very cool. I love them.
Feeling Irish today. Is it the bow is the bow Irish?
You know what?
Did we pull out an accent that I didn't notice?
Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I speak in particular accents, and I don't realize that I'm doing it.
Gecko generally likes to threaten channel points.
Oh, okay.
We threatening channel points. Listen, Irish is a little hard.
It's a wee bit hard. I just don't know who I am as a person. So I can just talk like this. Also, I talked like something similar. I think it was more Scottish with my mom the other day. And she was like, why do you talk like this? Who made you like this? And I was like, you did, mother. Also, Mom, if you're in the chat, you made me like this.
Ma.
Alright. This boy is done. I am late. Had to feed the animals. If you ever watch National Treasure and see the part where they went to Philadelphia, went down those old colonial buildings, Baltimore is just like that. So imagine sewage system that old.
Ugh.
Eat.
Aftershock. I want to visit. So bad.
Money's worth without paying.
Yeah, tell me more, man. I mean, are you cool with spoilers?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not going to be actual spoilers or anything.
Okay.
It's just going to be
Dude,
I'm
all about you telling me shit that I'll never read.
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know anything about any of the Strixhaven stuff, so
yeah.
Anything that you find interesting, let me know. Also, if you've got cool fan art, like, post it in the Discord. Because, I'm not saying that I'm feeling awfully creative, but I will take creative inspiration. I think my next VR stream, I'm just gonna make like a life-size person.
I tried to get you to do Ryan, but,
dude,
but you're like,
I can't reach that. Hi.
You smartly chickened out and did like cool stuff for all of us.
Here's the only other thing is like I think that there's got to be a way for me to. I hear it. I hear it in my voice. There's got to be a way. Like I don't know what's going on with my voice. It's probably just lazy slurs. I'm so sorry. So there's got to be a way that in that app I could either build stairs or move vertically, like on scaffolding of some sort.
Okay.
But I just don't know how. Because I was just like, I'm just going to jump into it without instructions. And I have a feeling, I just want to build a character model. But like real, and like give them a pouch. And also I had a dream about how to do it better.
Yeah.
And I
love your reflection learning dreams.
Yeah, because I was just like, man, because you think about cake building, right? Mm-hmm. And I think about putting something onto it, and whatever's underneath is a model piece that you can't take away. So instead of doing that, you have to build inward. For like, there's just so much. You have to. I knew I figured out in my brain how to make an eyeball, you know? Mm-hmm. Which before I was like, here's this, and then here, oh, this sphere does not go onto this thing like that. It doesn't work like that. So, anyways.
To answer your question, Warpig, I know much more about Ravnica than I do about Strixhaven, though I don't know a ton. I do know Liliana Vess.
Is my red thing over there?
I didn't realize that they were the same person.
I think it is.
That's very interesting. Are like all the professors of Strixhaven just like famous Magic the Gathering characters from other, or like Planeswalkers?
No. Okay. Also, Aftershock, you living in a dangerous part of town just makes me feel more at home. I know that that's like weird, but
also good night, Gecko.
Good night, Gecko.
Good night. I hope you get some sleep. You have some fan art you found on Twitter, bro. Send it to the Discord. I'm ready. In the morning. Also, I hope you have a good workout in the morning.
Oh. I did watch the cutscene for the War of the Spark stuff.
If it's spicy, send it to Westfield's.
Yeah, send it to me.
Westfield's Gems.
Send it to me first.
He's a reviewer.
I'll review any spicy content. Free of charge for the Discord. But yeah, no, legitimately, just send it to me first.
If it passes, he'll post it.
If it passes the West test, then
oh my gosh, you're the best.
Where the heck is this?
I want you to know that I'm not just gonna use that. If you start getting random DMs from people,
that's fine.
I'm gonna be like, here's my DMs. You want to DM me something? DM it.
You're more than welcome to send any DMs my way first. That does not bother me.
Westfield is honestly. Oh, West Philadelphia, born and raised.
West Philly. That's me.
Oh my gosh. No, I was feeling guilty after they've been to the world this far. What does that mean?
There was an event in the Ravnica stuff.
Yeah, there was the Ravnica story arc ended in this big like War of the Spark event. That was like Spark being the reference to the Planeswalker Spark, which is like the Spark is what characters have, what that gives them. It's like the
All Spark.
It's kind of like being an adventurer, right? Like some people just have the spark that makes them someone who could be an adventurer. It's like in Magic the Gathering, it's like if you have the spark to be a planeswalker, someone who could travel between the realms and
so it's just like a cute phrase.
Kinda, yeah.
For like if you have the grit.
Basically, but it's a little bit more like tangible, physical, magical ability.
So it's like the Outriders.
I don't know.
Outriders, the ones.
You're the only one who's played that game.
Am I the only one who's played that game?
I haven't played the Outriders. I don't know anything about it. Yeah, the ability that allows them to like walk from plane to plane.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like the chosen.
Yeah, they're like the chosen ones.
The chosen.
They have a special. They got a special sauce.
But there were a bunch of planeswalkers were fighting against Nicol Bolas, who's this big evil dragon man, and he was doing mean stuff, and so they were fighting to like stop him. And I don't remember exactly what all happened, but one of the main planeswalkers died, and I think Liliana Vess kind of blamed herself for that happening. Or Pig could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the general gist of it.
Aftershock, that's
and so apparently after that, she was like, "Well, I'm gonna go be a professor at the college." Interesting decision, but
I'm sorry.
Not opposed to that idea.
I got some mixed conversations going on. What's happening,
dude? So we're talking. I know that.
Oh yeah, Gideon gave up his spark to save them. That's what I was. Hello, Mom.
It's Mom.
We were just talking about you, Mom.
Hello, Mother. You made me this way. Hello, Mother. If anybody doesn't know, my mother is Nita Bragg with the adorable 100 bits. Thank you, Mom.
Speaking of mom, I just got a message from my mom.
Oh my gosh. People, call your moms. Tell them that you love them. How are you? How's your life, Mom? Also, she just said that she loved y'all. I want you to know. She just said, I love you. I love you guys. That's it.
Damn straight.
She loves War Pig. She loves Gecko. She loves Colin and Ryan.
You're fine, Gecko.
Whether you want it or not, Aftershock, my mom loves you. You actually know what's funny is that Aftershock has spoken to my mom before.
Yeah?
Many of times. Because I've known Aftershock long enough that he used to call my house phone.
Yeah.
So my mom was like, hey, your friend from the middle of nowhere, Maryland's calling again. Mm-hmm. Now we have a caller ID, so he shows up. Yeah, it was cute. I'm not gonna lie. Wait, you're in Florida? That's why.
You're in Holiday, Florida. I have a signal.
That makes sense. That makes so much sense, Mom. A student she's hiding from. Wait. Lily was a student and she was hiding from a bounty on her head. Kaya?
Liliana Vest was a student and she was hiding from a bounty on her head from Kaya. Yeah, Kaya's a ghost assassin. She's like a assassin planeswalker. I don't know much about what her story is or what her purpose is or who hires her to assassinate people, but I know that she does the assassinating thing.
Speaking of people who know my mom IRL, Goat, how are you? Also, what part of Florida are you in? What are you doing? You on the beach? Eat? Let's go get away. Thanks, man. I'm glad you had to say it or else it didn't exist. That's pretty much it. Okay.
That's interesting. I'm interested to see how the D&D Strixhaven book turns out. I think the Ravnica book kind of got a little bit of mixed reviews. It was like decent and had some really cool guild like ideas in there, but not a lot of people used it.
Mm-hmm. Why was that?
I don't really know. Maybe it was their kind of first foray into the let's merge MTG and D&D and what do people think about it kind of thing. I think the Odyssey Theros one was a little bit better received because it had some cool player options and it was also like it had the gods like favor of the gods stuff that it put in there, which was really neat.
I've heard some pretty good reviews from people who have run like Odyssey of Theros style campaigns. I've heard that's very good. I think part of the Strixhaven and Ravnica stuff is that it's like I think part of it legitimately is that it because it's the Magic the Gathering crossover and it's not in like Forgotten Realms or like a super familiar setting for a lot of people, it's kind of like I don't know, like can I actually be Loxodon in the Forgotten Realms? DM, do you know? And the DM's like, fuck if I know, dude. Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
The things were like, for like Tibbers, that's where a big portion of that feeling comes from.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think,
what do you mean?
Because it's kind of like if they were to publish a Dragonlance book. And they're like, hey, by the way, these are what orcs look like in Dragonlance, and here's this new race, the Dragonlancers. And you're like, okay, well, I'm playing in a Forgotten Realms campaign because we're playing Out of the Abyss. Can I play a Dragonlancer? Like, technically, Dragonlance isn't the Forgotten Realms. Like, they're two different places. But it's official D&D content, and it's like a published book. Like, can I use it? And the DM was like, I don't know, do whatever you want. so players are confused, and it's not easy to, like, reconcile, like, the answer to that
so it's like
question.
if I'm playing something, it's kind of like the difference between the Dragonborns having tails and not having tails.
Exactly.
Like the way that it's written, and the way that interacts with the content that we're playing in the campaign, like it honestly doesn't make a difference. It's not going to come up unless it does. And then when it does, I as a player am like, oh, I don't want to argue. I don't want to build your world for you, DM. So I'm just going to play as intended content as much as I can, because there's so much room to do whatever I want with that content. Also, my mom is in Tampa until August 1st.
Nice.
You decided you're going to be a satyr bard for your campaign, goat? Oh,
Yes, perfect.
You're a goat. How cute. Are you excited?
I love me some bards.
I love me some goats.
I want to play the new creation bard. I want to play one really bad.
I don't know if I've seen their stuff. What are they again?
The creation bard was what came out, one of the ones that came out in Tasha's, and it was cool when it was an Unearthed Arcana, but then they took the 9th level class feature and made it the 3rd level class feature, and it's just like, yes. Basically, they have a special thing where they create a moat of inspiration when they give people inspiration that they can use to do a couple different things, but you can basically just you make this little living music note sort of thing and give it to them.
Yeah,
and you can create inanimate objects up to a certain size depending on your level, and eventually you get abilities that'll you have dancing weapons that'll play along with you, and
that's cute.
Goat says he's going to be chaotic. Do you read this?
Where is Go typing?
Goat is in TexasTibbers.
I'm excited to be the most chaos as possible.
Colin, I need your horns, sir. They're on Amazon, real cheap. There's a lot of different options. Tibbers has got some new horns too.
I did. Oh, I can't wait to paint them.
Yeah, what are you gonna paint them?
Yeah, I'm gonna paint
When?
them.
We gotta have our characters ready by the 25th now, apparently.
So this project, this mini, was I promised Paradox that I would paint.
Okay.
Because he was came back from Indianapolis with this miniature and was like, you said if I got you a mini, you would paint it. Paint it. So I was like, okay. Hence why I'm painting it right now.
That's fair.
I've had some of those characters where they are just super high in chaos and let's fuck shit up.
Gonna go for now, but we'll have a good signal so I can watch you and Ryan and Colin learn the new dance you like.
It's here.
I learned no new dances. No new pop culture.
Are you saying that there's a TikTok dance you want us to learn? I think that's what she's saying.
You know, you're more than welcome.
Okay. Also, Warpic says chaotic neutral for life. I'm not against people having a niche, but in order for me to fully enjoy and embrace chaotic neutral, I did have to play some lawful good, some lawful evil. I had to actually... Yes, okay. I'll go look it up after this. Thank you.
I'm anti-alignment.
Ryan, I agree with you.
If you had to generally take a swath of my characters, what alignment, standard alignment, do you think that they typically fall into? Because I don't think I would be a very good judge of my own character's alignment.
Chaotic good, probably.
Chaotic good.
Chaotic good? Okay.
100%, because you enjoy playing around too much. You enjoy causing trouble and stirring up shit, but ultimately you have a good heart in most of your characters.
I think I have a really hard time not playing good characters.
You also have a really hard time getting past the first impression of lighting a building on fire that the entire party's in.
What do you mean? Wait, what?
My first ever D&D experience, Talon is like, go clear out this house that's full of rats. Go take care of this house full of rats for us. And we're like, okay, we're gonna go take care of this house full of rats. Where did our ranger friend go? Isn't he like the tank of the party? Oh well, it's probably nothing. Lights the house on fire from the roof.
I did do that.
Also, good
Doesn't
night,
think through
Nita
consequences
Brad.
often, but is generally a good person. Sounds like a perfect characterization of my characters.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Also,
Because I think if my initial gut reaction was something along the lines of like lawful good. So I'm like,
See, you want to play lawful good, but you always get bored of playing lawful good.
you are too curious as a person, as a player, to stick to lawful.
That's fair.
Because a lot of lawful people were like, I don't need to know the details. I'm sticking to what I know. And Colin's like, I need to know the details. I don't care.
That's fair.
I do that when the DM is being a douche. Okay. Me too. Evil campaigns are fun but hard to run. You know, I found out that like evil campaigns are very rare. I like true evil campaigns. I just feel like not a lot of people want to get together and just murder things when it comes to RPGs, unless it's like intentionally like a horror.
There's a lot, I feel like, that goes into the reason that evil campaigns don't work and are very rare in D&D specifically, and in a lot of tabletop RPGs. Like, one, you are going to like do evil things without like pushing certain boundaries too hard, which turns off the people who don't want to be in that risky situation with people they don't necessarily trust, and also turns off the people who want to put other people in that situation, like talking about taboo subjects or whatever. I think that also, like, it's hard to characterize evil in a lot of ways, where it's like, how does your character like either you end up just being D&D characters, right? And you just are going on quests, you're killing things, you're not having any regard for the law or whatever, but the big overarching story is that it's evil the whole time, sort of thing. Or you just have a table of a bunch of assholes who are just being assholes, and no one likes that, actually.
Yeah, it's different because the thing is like it's hard to have an evil campaign unless your party is loyal friends. They have to have a reason not to freaking kill each other, or else the campaign will cease to exist. So it's like they have to have some sense of lawful or commitment or a
Which
reason.
is completely fine.
Yeah, it's fine, but it also like you can be criminals and not be evil. And you can be evil, but it's hard to not. It's hard to write in loyalty and commitment into a true evil character.
Writing in loyalty and commitment, like that kind of stuff, is like you're kind of doing that anyway, right? Like you're going to do that regardless of what your character's alignment is, or like you do have the backstabby BS of it. But I think that like the like at the end of the day, you're doing basically the same stuff, right? Like your characters are kind of like what are you doing that makes your character evil? Is it just their motivations? Is it just like having an evil character that belongs to an evil organization is like, that's completely reasonable. It's something that's like super easy to write into a backstory or whatever, right? And it's like, and evil doesn't mean stupid. You're not just gonna kill everyone who you hang out with all the time, because there's things that are more evil than murder. But there's some stuff where it's like maybe getting too far into like torture scenes? Like, what's the difference between a good character torturing someone and a bad character, an evil character torturing someone?
Technically,
The evil character is enjoying it. The good character is getting what they want and like getting out of there, right? Like we recently ran into that.
technically, it's the ends justifies the means.
Uh-huh.
Even if they enjoy it, they're enjoying torturing something that is good, right? Or they're enjoying the idea of like justice. A sense of justice is only determined by the means or the ends to the act in which you are doing. Like morality, the perspective in which a character is seeing something. So like killing something out of self-defense, or killing something out of revenge, or killing something because it's for the greater good, or out of protection for something else, or preventing something more evil from happening. You know, like there's so much that like goes into that. But
I'm trying to think about that, like the square of hero, villain, anti-hero, anti-villain, right?
Right.
And the idea, I'm trying to figure out, do you remember where something like we're doing this bad thing because we have to save the world? Does that follow under, like, we don't want to do this thing, but we have to do it? Because there's, like, the anti-hero, which is the one where, like, I don't want to be a good guy, but I'm kind of being forced to doing good guy things because of circumstances. Right?
Suicide Squad.
No. Not Suicide Squad. It would be, like, Han Solo, right?
Or the Punisher, or Deadpool are good anti-hero examples.
Yeah. Anti-villain would be the Suicide Squad, maybe. I don't remember. I can't remember the details enough to like.
Congrats on your graphics card.
Nice.
Also, hi Angels, hi Grimzer.
Mm-hmm.
Deadpool.
I think the
I'm trying to think of, like,
is saying Deadpool.
Yes.
The point that I'm trying to make basically is that I'm positing the idea that like characters that torture other characters for information because they have to save the world are not actually heroes. That's my premise that I'm starting with.
Okay.
What do you think about that idea?
that seems reasonable.
I think they might fall somewhere else in that square. I don't know exactly where they fall in the square.
Okay,
So I would think a hero would never actually
don't
torture
have-
someone and do anything they could otherwise just to save the world.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can interrogate someone without torturing them, too.
Yeah, that's fair.
the difference between waterboarding someone for information and interrogating them, there's a level of like universal law in which it becomes a war crime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Once you dip in a war crime territory or like moral ambiguity territory, then you're dropping from
You're
like,
always
good-
existing in moral ambiguity.
Yeah, well, I mean, the reason why I hate alignment oftentimes is because, like, everything is subjective based off the person that you're looking at. Whereas, like, one person, a peaceful anti-war hippie, may deem any killing, whether you're in war or not, as not something not good or not heroic or not on the good aligned scale. Whereas someone who's, you know, a military commander might think that you not killing that person is actually the evil act. That you not fighting for your country is like cowardly and you know, something dastardly to be locked up for. So it's like it's so subjective on every single act that it makes me not like standard alignment very much.
So I think game mechanics function and are a reflection of world mechanics. So it's the same way that life works. Is like the Robin Hood situation. Is Robin Hood evil or is Robin Hood neutral or good?
It depends on who you ask.
It
right?
depends on who you ask.
Which is why, like, it doesn't make sense to label Robin Hood with an alignment, right?
So at that point, the reason why you wouldn't label Robin Hood with an alignment is because you're asking the DM who's designing the world and morality of the world, because he can, like, the people of the world can say, oh yeah, that's a really good thing. The NPCs can say it's a good thing. But ultimately, the person who is world building and building the gods and what the truth is behind the existence of the universe is the dungeon master. So if your DM says it, which honestly...
But there's no the truth of the world is that there's varying perspectives, right? Like, The truth of the world
depending on your DM.
The truth of I guess, but like the truth of the world is never the fact that he is good or is evil, and it's just like nobody knows, no one's figured it out yet that actually the acts that he's doing are evil because I've decided that they're evil. Like that's typically not how.
Is charity evil?
Like that's kind of my whole point, is that like it completely depends on your perspective of.
I think as a player, charity is not evil. Wait, sorry. No, as a character, charity is not evil. As a player, depending on the campaign, charity is evil.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought the thing that Ryan had sent on TikTok a while back, or a couple days ago, was pretty interesting as a concept, which was like using the Magic the Gathering color wheels to describe your character rather than an alignment, like a normal alignment system.
I didn't see that. What is that?
Well, like, there's 6 colors on the Magic Gathering color wheel, like red, blue, or 5 colors. I can't count. Red, blue, green, white, and black. And, like, they all have kind of things associated with them, like, white is, like, justice, and something else. I don't remember all the things that are on all the color wheel pieces, but, like, basically they're not, like, good or evil, they're different kind of styles.
Chat's catching up with you. Also, Grimser's gonna get pains for his kill team, so he's going 40k minis.
Grim is?
Grimser.
It's nice.
That's dope.
I have wanted to play kill team. I think that would be the only way I would ever get back into miniature wargaming is in kill team. I think that would actually be fun. I tried to set up some online stuff to play with Dooms on some kill team stuff, but it was going to take too much work, and then we never got around to it. But kill team seems real fun.
Okay, are you ready?
And War Pigs, yes. Blue, like knowledge. Black, ambition. Red, emotion. Green, growth. Yes.
White is law.
And yeah, so it's like law and justice would be one.
So this is just like a Venn diagram of emotional.
Exactly, and they like
perspective.
You could mix and match, right? So you could be a green-red character, right? Who is, because that happens in Magic too. Like cards are multicolored, so you could be all 5 colors. You could be blue, white, red, and just like depending on what things motivate and drive your character. It seems like a pretty cool concept.
Yeah, I think that the thing that you have to have is a framework in order to have the discussion.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you get bogged down in the semantics, the second that you hit the wall that we hit just now of like it literally doesn't matter what alignment you are, then the like entire conversation is just dead in the water.
Yeah, I know. It's not particularly productive by me, but like it's hard not to feel that way and get like worked up by it.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, I think what is really important about alignment is that if you choose an alignment, you actively act on your alignment to the best of your ability. If you're playing to your alignment, or with the understanding that your alignment could change via your actions, that your character is a living, breathing, changing thing, and you're comfortable with that growth.
Yeah, I think as long as you're like, if you play another good way of playing with alignment in your games is like you have a character, the character takes action, the DM assigns you an alignment based on the actions that your character is taking. Like, you may have a particular stint one direction or another based on, like, what kind of god you worship. I worship a chaotic evil god, so I'm going to be, like, some amount of chaotic and evil in almost everything that I do because the end result is going to be a chaotic evil result. My best case scenario is my god being the strongest and ruler of everything sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think as long as you have, it always goes back to the idea of like imagine your character's complexity or whatever, right? Like think of what goals and aspirations and like beliefs that your character has, and act on how your character would based off of those beliefs. If your character believes that, like for example, my Pathfinder character. My Pathfinder character believes that slavery is something that is worse than death. So if you believe that and your character believes that, as long as you act on that and act in the world in a way that you would plausibly, if you actually held that as a core belief for your character, then like that will come out in a particular like alignment style or whatever, however you want to contextualize it, right?
Yeah.
Like just, yeah. I've heard that the World of Darkness system has a good alignment system before. I don't really know too much about how it works, or really anything about how it works, but.
Yeah, I think that like, instead of like going into the like what's good and what's evil, I think you can usually use like with a lot of things in like well-defined tabletop games, you can use the examples that you have as like the building blocks of like what would be considered good in the world, what would be considered evil in the world, what would be considered chaos in the world, or whatever. Like storms are an inherently chaotic thing in the world. A lot of elemental things are inherently chaotic because the storm gods are all chaotic gods. The elementals are all chaotic creatures. That like if you're doing something that is a thing that's like this god would like, then it's probably in alignment with their like belief system. So like if I'm doing something that Asmodeus would like, that's probably an evil action. Might not necessarily be, but there's a, if I'm acting in the way of this thing, then
yeah, I think that's the thing that always like kind of breaks my alignment argument, which is that like as soon as you go out to the extremes, I'm all for alignment. Mm-hmm. Whereas like if you look at outsiders and people that live on those planes and like devils and demons and sloths and modrons, I'm like, yes, absolutely alignment. Like modrons absolutely neutral or lawful or whatever they are.
Yeah.
And lawful. And sloths, absolute chaos. Yes, limbo is the embodiment of chaos. Hell, the embodiment of evil. Right, like that. I'm totally behind. Mm-hmm. And so if you use that as a measuring stick and go like, okay, well, you're taking actions. How close are they to one of those things? I could be like, yeah, okay, so that particular action is chaotic or evil or good. You slip too far away from those like extremes, and it gets into this big muddy gray mess that is life, and it makes things more complicated.
Yeah, and I think that like the way that it's supposed to play out is like you have these characters, and they're like obviously everyone's a big muddy gray mess, right? Mm-hmm. And like there's 9 sections of the alignment chart, and that's not enough sections to have in the alignment chart, but like we make do. But the times when it comes up, like everything's fine with people being like, you're not going to get like your character sheet taken away from you if you're chaotic neutral and you act in a chaotic good or chaotic evil way for one session or whatever. But I think that the times when it comes up, like I think of in Curse of Strahd, there's a couple of items in the game that are built in N5E that are like items that if the character has this alignment, the item does this thing. Right?
Yes.
If you have an evil character, this holy symbol explodes in their hand and deals 20d8 damage. Or if you, what is it? The axe that's embedded in the tree, right? It's an like magical axe that's embedded in this tree that's extra good at like killing plant-based creatures. And if you're evil and you hold it, it grows thorns and like changes out its appearance, but also damages you because, you know, it's kind of supposed to be a good aligned thing, sort of thing. And it's like, if you instead, like, if you just do that, like pedal it back to where it's coming from, like what kind of magic imbued this like axe with this blight killing power? It's some kind of like
outsiders.
Yeah, like it's kind of some kind of like good, like probably some chaotic good aligned or like druidic magic sort of thing. some like nature spirit sort of thing that was inherently opposed to these evil creatures and didn't want the evil creatures to be able to hold this thing. And so if it's something that you think, instead of saying like, if you're, the simple way is just being like, if you're evil, this thing grows spikes and hurts you. But the more complicated way that you can break it down is like, if this like person who enchanted this thing looks favorably on this character, then they can use this axe.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
So let me catch up real quick. Anything at this point? Makerspace membership, dope. VR chat has been nuts, dude. Nice. Congrats on 740 followers on TikTok. Hello, Grimser. It's been nuts. I need a vacation. Gotta go to bed. I believe in you. Also, I wish you many, many rests. Also, world alignment is more of who you work for.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that is, to an extent, like what alignment is supposed to be. Like in Pathfinder, or at least in Pathfinder 2nd edition, like you have a god that you work for and you're only allowed to be one alignment removed from that god in your like actions.
When you say one alignment, what does that mean?
So your god is a chaotic neutral god. I can be chaotic good, I can be chaotic evil, I could be true neutral, because that's still one removed, and that's it. I couldn't be lawful neutral, because that's 2 steps removed. I couldn't be like neutral evil, because that's 2 steps removed.
Okay.
And so it's more about like how you work, and it's just a way of simplifying.
There's got to be a piece of you that still represents that thing.
Well, I think it's just a way of simplifying the idea that like you're obeying this god's rules. You are a cleric of this god. You have these tenets as your like the core of your being. The simplest way of saying that is you are lawful good. And a more complicated way of saying that is having a 30-page document that's like, if you do any of these things, this god hates you now.
Which, I mean, to give the crowd some whatever, right, is that you've expressed that you like the Pathfinder morality.
I haven't really interacted with the Pathfinder morality stuff yet. I believe we will be at some point, but
I really like the way that you phrased, like, it's really sticking with me pretty strongly, that idea of you have this magical blade and its creator. If the creator were alive standing over you right now and judging your character, would they look favorably upon you? If so, you can use the weapon. Like that just like, that is how I want my D&D magic items to be. Like, give me some character and personality and like, heck yeah. And like, dude, that's sick.
Now that I've thought of that, like in that exact same area, there's an item that does that. The fucking blood spear that Robert ended up with. It's like, there's this item and it's in a grave that's in this area, and it's like, if a barbarian or a druid is in this area and does a particularly cool barbarian or druid thing, then the ghost of this ancient like warlord shows up and is like, you're pretty cool, have my spear.
Did you answer Warpig's question already, by the way?
What is a roper? A roper is, they're like the stalactite things, right?
Yeah, they're like, they live in caves and they hang on the top of ceilings of the caves or on the bottom of caves, and they just look like stalactites or stalagmites. And if you wake them up or if it sense you in the area, they have these big long tentacle arms to try and grab you and like lift you into the air and attack you and eat you. And they have a big giant one singular eye and a mouth with a bunch of teeth.
And my character in Pathfinder speaks their language.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
Secret?
When I was picking my languages, I was going through the languages that Annis hags speak, and there's this language in Pathfinder called Aklor that like it's just like super chaotic, primordial, just like gibbering mouthers speak it, and ropers speak it, and hags speak it.
Okay. Oh, you're playing Magic and just opened one. Nice. Man, there's probably so many cool cards in that set. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a pretty good wrap up of that alignment conversation.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Also, in other D&D news, to keep on the D&D train,
I'm ready.
I decided last second to change the class that I'm going to be playing for my Candlekeep character.
You were originally going to be doing the Kobold one?
Yeah, I was going to be playing an Illrigger, or a Hell Knight, a Knight of Hell. I decided that it was just going to be probably more annoying for everyone involved than it would be fun to play a class that no one knows anything about and is not easily sourced into Roll20 and all that jazz. And especially since I know that they're currently in the process of, like, they're going to do a small set of tweaks onto the class based off of, like, real-world playtest feedback. Or not playtest feedback, but, like, now that it's out in the wild and there's significantly more people playing it, people have some complaints about things that they, like, changed, and so they're going to do a pass on that. Like, I don't want to have to, like, update my character halfway through, or more realistically, not update my character even though it should be updated, kind of thing, or something along that lines. Like, I just didn't want to deal with all that, so I was like, well, shit, I'm still going to play the same character, and she's going to have the same backstory and personality and stuff, so how do I make a class that fits?
Okay, yeah,
nice.
Continue.
You have probably Ryan's favorite card in that whole entire set, I bet. Unless there's probably Driss also.
There's probably. There's no way there's not a Driss.
Yeah,
card.
there actually is. I think I've seen it.
Oh yeah, I've seen the art for it.
Yeah. Anyway. But yeah.
So you changed your class.
I changed my class.
What are you doing?
I'm, at least for a... Oh no, that's... you know, not every card could be good.
It's fine. He's just a dude, you know? Like...
They couldn't have made him really good, because then everyone would play him.
Yep. Everyone's going to play him anyway.
True.
It's the nerd tax.
Yeah, I don't know how long, or how many levels I will put into this, but I think at least 3, but I'm going to be playing Ranger.
Cool.
And I'm going to be playing specifically the Fey Walker Ranger.
Okay, cool.
And I'm going to be kind of like reflavoring the Fey bits to being the, like, underworld, like coming from
cool.
You know, hell. Which I think will be a fun, because, like, a lot of the stuff you get for, I can, like, pull it up. I don't remember everything they get, but
this is the Fey Wanderer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the one that, like, your character gets, like, Fey attributes, like you grow horns and stuff like that. I remember the flavor of that class being super cool.
Yeah, the flavor is really cool, and I feel like very reskinnable.
Come on, you stupid color. This, I'm trying to make a steel red, like a dark blue sienna, like red maroon, but it's like gray based instead of brown based.
Please tell me if you succeed in that, because I feel like I'm
succeeding currently.
Okay. Well,
I'm pissed at it because it's taking a. See?
Yeah. Okay. They like a.
It's
not Horizon Walker. It's Fey Wanderer.
Yeah, Horizon Walker is like kind of.
A Fey mystique surrounds you, thanks to the boon of an archfey, the shining fruit you ate from, a talking tree, the magic spring you swam in, or some other auspicious event. Whatever you acquired your Fey magic, you are now a Fey Wanderer. A ranger who represents both the mortal and the Fey realms. You get some psychic damage on your weapon attacks. You get some additional spells like Charm Person, Misty Step, Dispel Magic, Dimension Door, and Mislead. They're like social spells. And you get a Feywild gift. Either like illusory butterflies flutter around you while you take short or long rests. Fresh seasonal flowers sprout from your hair each dawn. You faintly smell of cinnamon, lavender, nutmeg, or another comforting herb spice. Your shadow dances when no one is looking directly at it. horns or antlers sprout from your head, or your skin and hair change color to match the seasons at each dawn.
So you are playing a satyr.
But I'm going to be reflavoring all the Feywild stuff to be hell.
So you are playing a hell, yeah.
I'm going to play a Hell Knight, but I'm going to play it as a ranger. They also get some bonuses to charisma checks at 3rd level, and proficiency in some like persuasion stuff.
Still sounds pretty Hell Knighty, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So I'm using a spear and a shield, and kind of got an Athena looking character, and also this dope ass sword.
I'm not mad about it.
And then
It's gonna figure its way out eventually, but
what else? Yeah, I might multi-class out at some point. And I took all the Tasha's ranger changes that make things less just weird instant ranger stuff that's annoying. And my companion is modeled after
your sidekick?
My sidekick
Okay.
is modeled after a mix between Zazu from Lion King and I think his name is Pain from Hercules.
Pain! Panic!
Yeah, it's Pain.
Reporting for duty!
It's not Panic, it's
worms. Worthless worms!
Pain. Like a mix between those two characters.
Pain was the big boy, right?
Yeah, the squat one. I tried to find character art for him that wasn't literally just him for so long, and I couldn't find anything. So I settled on what I ended up finding. But his name's gonna be Blue, and I'm super excited about it.
That is very exciting.
Yeah, I'm human, and I took the Shield Mastery feat, which is like you can use your bonus action to shove people when you make an attack, or you can use your shield to like protect you against like fireballs and dragon breath and stuff like that, so that you get like, if you were to take half damage because you made your save, you instead take none, and something else. I don't remember what exactly.
I've heard good stuff about that feat.
It seems fun. I've never taken it before, but yeah. So I had to like last second kind of put all that together. And
Dude, that's
it's
exciting.
posture check. Oh, thank you, yes. I'm doing great. My posture is perfect.
Oh, is it?
We've entered the posture portion of the stream.
We've entered the stop judging me, Colin.
Listen, I'm not hunched over painting, so my prep is going wonderfully. I promise. Yep.
That character concept sounds very, very cool, though. I'm glad. I've been feeling a severe like disregard of like Ranger and Bard. Just like don't. I feel like they don't see hardly any play at our table, and it kind of makes me sad.
Because majority of our table is very min-maxy, whether they admit it or not.
Yeah.
And so Ranger, being the way that it is in 5th edition, is not typically chosen for min-maxy reasons.
Yeah, I'm just glad to see it get some love.
I was this close to playing a Bard, I have you know. I was like looking through the stats. I was like, okay, there's Cleric. Okay, I can play Cleric. Wait, Ryan's character's a Cleric. Nick's the Cleric. Nick's the Cleric. All right. What would be good? Fighter? No. Bard. I feel like I could do Bard. Looking through the Bard options. Ooh,
it's really not.
I don't know.
I mean, there's an extent of like casual min-maxing or like there's very few situations where you're going to convince. Like I think the part where the like min-max shows the most, right, is like if I were to walk up to a random table or like our table and just be like, hey, you guys have the option of taking a 6 in one of your stats. You don't get anything cool out of it, but you just have the option of taking a 6 in one of your stats.
Yeah.
The likelihood of us taking that, like even me taking that, is like pretty low in most situations.
Okay.
Depending on what kind of mood people are in. But I think that's where a lot of that feeling comes from, because we usually have either like super high static characters because we're rolling for stats, and we are very, very generous when we roll for stats. Or we have standard characters who have like an 8 in one stat, and that's their lowest stat sort of thing.
I will say that, like, back in the day, I used to always roll for stats, right? Like, even before we really played together as a group. Or, I mean, like, when we played with Doomer and stuff, it's a little bit like this too. But part of the reason why I loved rolling for stats was because you got really high numbers, which is really fun. And you got really low numbers, which is really fun. And some of my most fun characters were characters who had super low, like a 4 or a 5 in one of their stats. Like,
and a lot of people, like,
play.
I think a lot of people really enjoy leaning into that kind of stuff in the role play. But I think that, like, I think of times that we've rolled for stats, and, like, we very, very rarely end up even remotely on the low side.
Yeah.
Like, we usually just end up with very strong characters instead of, like, or like either medium or very strong characters instead of like actually having a deficiency in something.
Yep, I agree. Or like even if we do have a minor deficiency and stuff, it just rarely ever comes up.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure.
Well, I think Manchun's done.
It was a lot easier in 3rd edition too, because like if you had negative intelligence, you'd get like negative, like you get less skills and like you'd be more impactful.
Right.
And like you made wisdom saves all the time, so like you literally every stat mattered kind of thing.
Yeah.
And whereas 5th edition, every stat matters, but it doesn't matter that much. I don't know. Like
as long as I'm not making investigation checks all the time.
If you had a 6 in your intelligence, would it really make that much of a difference? No, not really.
Yeah,
you kind of always
not.
have that as a dump stat. You can just pretend you're smart anyway.
Yep.
So. Oh, he's so shiny.
He is shiny. He is a turbo dork boy.
Turbo dork. What a dork.
What a dork.
Great job, dude.
You said Manchun?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. How'd that feel? Knowing what the character is. Or knowing, like, their backstory and stuff.
I don't know anything about their backstory. I don't know that he's I know like bits and pieces of just like
He wears
general
Crocs
D&D.
and-
He wears Crocs and has a golden hand for some reason. But yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like especially after going through like the Pathfinder character creation, I don't think that min-max is the right term for
what we do?
How D&D characters feel. I think that it's kind of just, it's more like power creep almost. Like, I think that D&D characters are just all around better.
Yeah.
And like Pathfinder characters, you can literally min-max by like taking hits to stats to boost up other stats. Whereas D&D, like all my D&D characters have like, it's either intelligence or charisma is an 8, and then like 2 stats or 1 stat is a 10, and then you have a 14 and 2 16s as a start, like as because you buy point buy, right? And it's like
You get maybe 1 feat or 2 feats over the course of your character's lifetime, and there's only so many feats you could choose from.
and you're either just kind of meh, or you're kind of like neutral the whole way, or you're just like strong the whole way, and like depending on how you read where those stat lines are, you know. And it's like, I don't want, like, it feels bad sometimes to, like, I don't want a negative to my, like, I had to make the choice. I was like, do I put a negative intelligence modifier or negative charisma modifier on my cleric? Because it's like, performance is a big part of, like, what his, like, worshipping is. But also, like, intelligence is tied to religion. So, like, which one do I want? Like, it actually doesn't matter overall. Like, I'll just take proficiency in religion and take a -1 to int, and it's totally fine. But, like, I feel like it, in general, like the character is just going to grow very naturally and just be all around pretty good overall. I mean, like Percy in Waterdeep has made almost all of our investigation checks, but he's not even proficient in investigation, and he isn't that intelligent. He's got a +1, but he's not like super high on the field, and generally he does fine on investigation checks. But it's a lot swingier.
Yeah, that's sort of like, there's quite a few skills in our Waterdeep party that we're all kind of bad at that we've had to make quite a few times, and it's never felt like it really mattered all that much that we had low stats.
Yeah, like if it ever started mattering, I would talk to like Robert about swapping my like sleight of hand for my
it's literally like having that extra boost means you might crit succeed.
Right.
And I originally put graveyard bone as some of these bone pieces, knowing my long-term intention was to wash it with like a sepia brown. It has some red tone, and I love the way it just turned out.
That does look super awesome.
Freaking excited. I had to take a step away from my sword because the red paint stopped sticking, so I started picking up because there was no way to prime the translucent in any way.
Yeah.
So, but it's super easy to like throw back on there because I'm the red part was the only part that I didn't super heavily mix, and I could just remix.
That's called tearing.
Is it? That it pulling like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I think that like I generally don't worry a ton about the min-max of my D&D characters, but I also like have very casually min-max D&D characters. Like it doesn't matter a ton to me, but I still want them to be good at what they do, because being good at what you do is like why you do any amount of min-maxing. So it's interesting, and I feel like there's some parts where it's like you can make characters that are somewhat more specialized, but I think that there's a couple of like classes and subclasses in D&D that there's like don't get a ton of love, and I would love to see them like actually shine, because they would actually shine if they were like given a proper shake.
Yeah,
I would love to play Ranger and like it be good.
Like, I don't think Rangers are significantly worse than like they're like with the Tasha stuff. It makes them like all the weird stuff go away, and like the stuff that they get back for isn't like super great. Especially like the favorite foe thing is kind of not great at all. But like they're definitely playable. They're not so far below any other class that
they're not artificers.
No, I don't think there's
Artificers
any class.
aren't bad either.
I don't think there's any class.
Artificers were bad like 6 years ago when you read the Unearthed Arcana.
Yeah, Artificers now are super fun. But yeah, I don't think there's any class in D&D that's not like completely playable, fine, and really not that much different than anything else. Like there's stuff I don't like. Like I don't like that warlocks only get 2 spells. I don't like that sorcerers spell progression is how it is. Like that's just less fun for me. Yeah. But they're not bad.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorcerers are great.
I'm real sad that they took away the like 1 spell swap a day sort of thing.
Stop that.
Honestly, like my ideal sorcerer would have like 1 spell slot that was just like an XXX spell slot that just like was blank until it was something useful, and then like your chaotic magic was just like, I have the spell. That would be my like supreme ideal for a sorcerer like mechanic. But like I think of Renya. When I played Renya, apart from the fact that I like fucked up my like weapon choice or whatever, because I was really set on the aesthetic of using axes, even though I was like dex build, and then turned into being something that should have been a strength build instead. Mm-hmm. That character was plenty fun, and he felt plenty strong and had like nice utility in the situations where he wanted utility, and like had that little bit of healing, which was really cool, and like the ability to like enchant a weapon and then chuck it at somebody and like entangle them with it was really cool. Like overall, mechanically, that character felt like a lot of fun. And there's some of the ranger options that I think are also really cool. There's some of them that fall flat. Like I think maybe the like what is it? The not the Fey Wanderer, but the
the plane shifter or whatever it is. That one falls flat for me because it's like,
A little
okay,
specific.
yeah, it does a similar thing with like there was one of the curses, one of the dark gifts that they introduced in Van Richten's guide that was like your character gains the ability to travel freely through the realms of dread, but if they stay anywhere for longer than 2 weeks, they start getting like haunted by like spirits of the damned and like try to get pulled into the mist, and like their past catches up to them after a certain amount of time, so they always have to stay on the move, which is a super cool mechanic and something that you could like have as a character that would like, if you were playing a campaign where you needed someone to move you through this thing, like if you were playing a planeswalky campaign, it'd be super cool to have one of your players play that kind of ranger. Getting rated by Painting the Scale with a party of 16. Hello,
Whoa.
Painting the Scale. How's it going?
How are you? Oh gosh.
We're just ranting about D&D nonsense.
Yeah. We got some people painting some stuff and some people prepping some D&D content.
What were you doing? I
Looking
assume that you were
real
painting.
good.
Painting to scale.
Yeah, we are wonderful. We got one of us is not painting today, but prepping because they're about to go on a trip,
Yeah, I'm
And
prepping the Dark of Hot Spring Island.
which is why we
Nice.
whatchamacallit, which is why we got the beach episode background today. Painting up some mouse
yes,
Lord of
those
the
are
Rings
so
characters.
cute.
Yes.
Let's go. I'm currently you just finished Manchun.
Yep, I just painted Manchun for a campaign that we're playing in.
Yeah.
I'm
Waterdeep Dragon Heist.
I am accepting of this paint job, but I really, really dislike this mini, which is unfortunate. But
Why?
he's done now, and I never have to look in him again. And then I finished this drow, which I'm much more happy with.
And that's
I
the
left as
drow
my-
that you got.
Yeah, this will be my character for Candlekeep when we get into that. As soon as I get
Oh,
to
that's your
this.
Candlekeep mini?
Yeah.
Okay. That's very good.
I was gifted this minotaur.
Her bow is great.
I forget what it's called. It's like
It's a
a
minotaur.
guardian of the
Labyrinth.
labyrinth.
Yeah,
Thank
Guardian of the
you.
Labyrinth.
Many. This one went on a work trip, and he was like, "There's a store here," and I was like,
store.
"You could
It's got
pick
all
me
the
up
same stuff as
something."
our gaming store, but it's here instead.
And I was just like, man, I could totally just say, like, I have a mini from wherever you're visiting. Like, that'd be dope. You know? And so even though I could have picked this up online or like from it's like he brought it all the way back. Hashtag roommates.
Hashtag roommates.
Thank you. I randomly put stuff to keep my hair back from getting into the paint. I have like probably 10 plus sets of ears because it's a problem. But I don't typically wear them on this stream. I typically wear them on my stream.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm feeling stressed, I'll just like, I gotta win this next round of Siege, or I'm really sucking it up on Warzone. These barriers make me feel comfortable.
Yeah.
But what do you guys? So do you do 40K minis? Do you do
D&D minis?
D&D minis? Do you do like? Do you have any like custom? Do you have an Instagram? Drop your IG if you've got it. Like, hit me up so I can follow you.
We also have a Discord where we post photos of all the minis that we paint at the end. So I know it's a little hard to see what we're painting sometimes on such a large spread.
Paint anything that looks cool. GWD&D, cartoon miniatures, creature
Nice.
caster, etc.
I just got a creature caster mini. I think that's what that mini was. The giant evil demon lady thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was a creature
All
caster
your,
mini. I haven't put that together yet.
right.
That's
Oh,
gonna
the
be a
one that
lot
looks
of
kind of
work.
like Kerrigan?
Yeah.
I was thinking the other one.
The Kerrigan looking mini.
Do you like compete at all? You may need my kitty ear krakens. I mean, I do love the kitty ear krakens, but
Yeah, go for it. Yeah,
my
absolutely.
Articus Pros are
I think it'll block it.
that I actually use when I stream
If it does
are my favorite. I haven't gotten into painting cosplay stuff yet, Aftershock, but I'm leaning there. I just ordered 3D Dragonborn horns.
Yeah.
And I will be painting those, and yes, I'm going to be slapping Turbo Dork on them. Like, I've got to. It's like my
They're gonna
my
be
thing.
so shiny.
Dude, I cannot wait. I think
These are adorable. These minis are so good.
I cannot wait. Which ones?
Huh, I'm looking at their Instagram.
Oh, nice. How long have you been painting for? What got you into it? But dude, I'm obsessed. Like, I've got a whole like section here just for Turbo Dork. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a problem. And most of the ones that I have are the color shifting ones. I don't think I have a single. I think my favorite brand right now of just like straight out the box paints that don't have any like special thing to them, the Army Painter War Paints ones I think are dope. But I think it's just because the palette and like the colors that they use. I don't have to do
like those colors.
I don't have to do a whole lot of mixing.
I'm a Vallejo fan. All my paints are Vallejo paints.
Yeah.
But we grew up on Reaper paints because we went to Reaper to pick up minis one time and they had a bunch of paints. And we were like, heck yeah, we're going to get a bunch of these paints because they're in the bargain bin.
Dude, I do love
buddy.
I'm not gonna lie, like Reaper paints are
Gotta represent, dude.
are good.
Yeah.
4 years. 4 years ain't bad, man. How long have we been painting for?
I mean, we don't paint that often, but
No,
we
it's not our like.
Painting seriously
for like a year and a half. Well, I mean, COVID
Well,
was a year and a half ago.
The first mini that I ever painted was
2015.
Yeah.
2015 for sure.
Yeah.
5 years
Is
ago.
where we started.
6
Yeah,
years ago.
we
many.
But we've really only been painting like seriously for about a year and a half. 2
using
years.
not just like sitting at the table blindly saying like, oh, I want my character to have a yellow cloak, and like making a thing out of it and trying to get better. I think it was like a year or so into it that we finally were like, let's move past this.
Yeah, I like that the Reaper
Layout?
paints, they're
Yeah.
like they've got something in them that make it so you don't really have to water them down as much as other paints, which makes them really easy to just plop on a palette and start painting with them right away, which is pretty nice, especially for beginners. Like when we originally started, we didn't really know anything about how to mini paint properly and the different tips and tricks and stuff, and so they made it really easy to intro in.
I'm not gonna lie to you though, after all the brushes and crap that I have tried, the Reaper brushes are still like
Some of your favorite?
I can't replace them. Like I actively do replace them, and now I've got
Just more Reaper brushes.
just more Reaper brushes. But I can't find an equivalent because I've gotten a few that are just like the small like 00.
Also, thanks for the follow.
Yeah, thanks for the follow, Pride Gaming Media.
Right.
I haven't been keeping up on the Reaper Bones Kickstarter as much. I know that there was, I think it was 4 that had that giant worm thing that I saw in their store. I want that thing so bad. It's
Yeah.
it's like the size of this laptop.
We fortunately live like 15 minutes away from the like Reaper.
Hey, no,
Their physical
absolutely.
store.
Have a great,
Physical,
enjoy
like,
your food.
warehouse.
Thanks for the follow. I'm about to
Good
punch
luck.
you down on Instagram because my phone's being weird.
But yeah, you got any tips and tricks? I'm here for it. If you
But
want.
go eat. Enjoy your food. Don't get distracted
Anyone
by
else,
this one trying
anyone
to
else who's
distract you.
here and wants to chat about their painting styles or anything?
Did you ever try the Princeton? So I went to order it, and I was like, this is a huge. I'm never gonna use any of these. Like the set, I want to find just the one standalone, because I don't use a whole lot of brushes that aren't high-end detail. And the set that was like, I'm just looking for like 1 or 2 and not the whole set, because it's not even like I could just get the whole set and then just use the one, but then I'd feel so bad for the left alone. I could feel so bad for like left alone brushes that just don't get any love. You know? It makes me want to do big projects, but it does. But I just feel so bad. Like, oh man, like, yeah. So I actually go for the size 4 if you're just gonna pick one. Okay.
See, Tibbers over here and I have slightly different opinions about brush sizes. Which she likes 000s and 00s, and I like size 2s and 3s.
Yeah.
They fall on a little bit opposite sides of the spectrum. But you know, everybody's got their own personal.
Mostly, she's got this specific size from Reaper that she really, really likes. That's like a quadruple 0, probably, but it doesn't translate.
It's got like 4 hairs.
Yeah, you can barely. And the thing too is that they're not long hairs. They're short hairs.
They're very short.
It's just like taking a little needle and you're just painting with a needle.
Well, then you might as well just paint with a needle.
I have done eyes with a needle and it worked out perfect.
Yeah.
I honestly think that I could do it, but it's kind of sketch.
I don't think I could paint with a size 6 brush. That's huge.
Also, I don't paint a lot of big minis.
I'm using one.
I don't paint a lot of like 40K big monsters.
Yeah.
Don't look at what I'm painting
right now, which is why I'm like, man, I thought I made a lot more progress on this mini than I. Oh, maybe it's because I painted the whole thing in a tiny brush.
Yeah, I did. I painted the whole thing.
I told her when she picked that mini up, I was like, "That's gonna be a lot of mini for you to paint with that little brush." Like, I don't know what you mean. I do this all the time.
I do. It's not even a problem. The brush isn't the problem. The problem is that this guy he's a bad guy. Giving him some personality is hard for me because I'm just like, you're so bad. You know? So I had to give him some.
6, no problem. You know? You just built differently, Warpig.
Yeah, honestly, you just impress me because I've seen your work. How you do that detail with something that large. Out of here.
I will say there's something really nice about the way the larger brushes hold paint for longer.
Yeah, I feel that.
It is just makes the painting process so much nicer as long as you can get the detail that you're looking for.
Yeah, I mean that's my problem too, Warpig, is like I ruin the tips of my brushes all the time on accident because I don't know how to be a good brush dad.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like even a size 4 or size 6 brush could be the point. The tip could be as you know, fine as the finest 000.
That it's how you treat it.
Finest 000 brush.
But I also don't treat my brushes well enough. we can all be shitty brush dads together.
I think the worst part is I haven't met someone who isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, listen.
People on YouTube.
Like maybe if somebody's
I think they just are buying new brushes every time they paint.
That and they lick their brushes.
They lick their brushes.
If you watch Miniac eat his brush, he eats his brush all the time.
I know. I just want to pretend that doesn't exist though, because the more that it's entered in my brain, the closer I'm gonna do to just doing it.
I think the biggest thing that it's taught me is that I'm putting way too much paint on my brushes. Because I'm like, if I were to lick this right now, it's a mouthful of paint. Like I put so much paint.
I think
on my
that's
brushes.
actually like low key what it's trying to do. The reason that they talk about licking your brush is because it makes you think that. Because that's the problem. That's why I ruin my brushes, because I put too much paint on them.
I'm gonna let you know, Scott is absolutely unable to not lick his brush.
I mean, yeah, I'm not saying that they don't actually lick their brushes.
But yes, I agree.
But whoever taught them to lick their brushes was just trying to.
So I'm not gonna lie to you. Whenever I used to do canvas painting and stuff, there's just something about it.
Mm-hmm.
But there was just like a point where you paint so frequently and so much that if you don't break the habit, like it's a mess. I'm a mess of a person. It's the same thing as like licking the icing. Like, if you are a cake decorator and you lick the icing,
so fucking bad the first time I did that.
One, it's unsanitary. Two, you're just hopped up on sugar the whole time, doing detail. Like yes.
I feel like at least with the mini painting thing, there's like when you're working on certain techniques, like it's almost necessary because the paint is actually like drying on the mini so fast. You have to like color shift, swap on your brush so insanely fast. You have to be like lick, go, go.
Why not? Why don't you just have a wet napkin?
I mean, so that
it's the same thing.
So he's talked about like they're literally using wet palettes. So they have basically a wet napkin that the paints are all sitting on, but it's just still not quite fast enough when you're working on like competition
because you have to swap from one paint color to another. It's not the paint itself being wet. It's once it's on the mini, it starts drying, so and then you need to wet blend it with something else. So you can't reach out to dip to switch your color. You just get the last of the color off on your hand or tongue or whatever.
Yeah, like normally you'd be like washing it off in your paint cup, but you don't have time to wash it off your paint cup.
No, if you just the same thing that you're doing with your mouth, you could just be doing with a wet napkin.
Yeah, they've talked about that before.
That's identical.
That is their recommendation for if you can't be a paint licker, then the wet napkin is another option that you can use. Yeah. It's not quite as good, but it works.
Or use two brushes. That's very smart.
Two brush blending, yeah.
Listen, some people just want to lick paint, all right?
Yeah, I'm convinced that they're proud of their paint licking.
They are. They're so proud.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I used to do it, and it's because I was in that environment.
Yeah.
I know that environment of artists, and I know that those art teachers are like, let go, who cares? Like, doesn't matter. It's not gonna hurt. Like, I know the social environment that comes with like letting go of that thing in the moment, like letting yourself get like fully in it. But at the same time, it's like there's just a point. Where it's like if I see someone go like...
That's the first time you look at an enamel.
Yeah, when I see cooks who are like, this is my strong arm, and they're just like doing stuff with chickens, and I'm like, there's just like there's a limit. You gotta know your limit.
Yeah.
No judgment. You do your thing, create the art, make it pretty, I'll look at it. You know?
See, we've had this exact conversation before about different things, where we know that Tibbers is a very like orderly, pattern-driven person, and it has a you paint and then you dip and then you dry and then you apply paint and then you dip, blah 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 blah. Well, I'm much more of a fan of the people who are just like slap the back of the car. Oh, your radiator's busted. You're gonna do this and this. Just grab a handful of that and throw it in there and.
I do enjoy some Excel spreadsheets and diagnostics. Like, I don't know what to tell you. If some mechanic told me, hey, your radiator's busted, I'd be like, okay. But seriously, I'm paying you for something. Either fix it and then tell me.
Do the thing. Show your work.
Yeah, like, I
Also, it's tripping me out. Our green screen's giving me the, like, Mr. Fantastic hairline. Where I got the white on the sides.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I don't know what's going on with this one part, and I know I need a hairdryer. I know it.
Just let go.
I'm just gonna throw it away.
Let it. What? You skipped a step there.
Did I?
I feel like, yeah.
I'm just gonna throw it in the trash.
Any amount of frustration in your life leads to eating whatever you're interacting with, whether it's Candlekeep or whether it's mini painting
or people, you know, just
you're frustrating. I'm gonna eat it.
It's fine. You'll be fine. You have worth just to someone else.
Patience is a virtue.
I haven't thrown away a single mini yet, even though there is still one.
So close.
There is still one that I'm going to eventually eat.
You know what's funny? I actually have thrown away a mini.
You have?
Yeah.
What mini?
When we first
What?
went to Reaper and picked up minis, I picked up this like elf guy with a little owl on his hand, and as like a test to test paints, when we were first trying to learn how to paint, I like just painted them all like.
Wait, I remember this mini.
Yeah, the one that was like colored all green.
Yeah.
It was like a test mini. Well, when I did that mass cleaning of all those miniatures, I tried to clean that mini and like tried to get all the paint off of it, and the paint wouldn't come off. It was like fused into the Reaper bones.
Oh no!
And I was just like, this mini by its like the actual mini itself is kind of not good. Like the details all gone. It's like melty face man, and this paint won't come off. And I don't actually care about using this. I have a literal exact version of this mini, but way cooler, already painted with a base, and like I did basing work on it already. That's sitting on my shelf. I just don't want this mini, and I don't want to see it on my shelf anymore. So I threw it away. That's the only mini I've ever thrown away.
That's great.
But there's only one mini that I am constantly thinking about throwing away, and seeing it gives me actual just like, I'm so disappointed in you. And it's Santina. Yeah, no, I want to look at it for a while until I let go of it.
Yeah.
It was so bad because the mini was so hard to glue, and then as I was painting it, I already like messed up my actual like composition of colors and the palettes that I was choosing just super clashed and didn't look good. And then as I'm painting it, just broke it. Like wings come off this beautiful tiefling figure, and I was just like, well, I'm done. And then I glued it back together, and it still looked like crap. And you know, we'll get there. I might order just replacement and just like start from scratch. Because I do love that mini. Just this one part, man. Maybe it's this brush.
It could be. Bet you I could bring it back to life.
I bet you could, man. Like, honestly, I believe in you more than me. Go big. Go big. Okay. Look at this. Look at this thickums. I'm just gonna take this. There's no paint on there.
A little makeup brush action.
Honestly, it just needs two dabs worth of paint on this one part for me to not like. I don't even need it to be crazy.
Well, I don't know how close overall you are to wrapping up. I know the time's flown by, but it is getting close.
Well, do we have a raid target?
I got a couple people in mind. It's 11:14.
Nice.
See a couple people in here making some Monster Hunter cosplays.
Nice.
Person making a tiny tea house.
I'm gonna let it sit, and I'll come back to it next time. There's 2 different places. I will set aside this paint.
That sword turned out really good so far.
Yeah, it looks sick.
Yeah,
You're doing great.
there's some stuff that needs to happen.
Also, we got so distracted out of just ranting about D&D bullshit that we didn't talk about wins or losses, or the fact that all of y'all are going out of town for the weekend. Or
Bye.
Okay, look at this Banff.
He's so good looking.
He's so good looking.
Don't make me fight that.
I'm gonna make you fight this. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm ready.
All right, definitely not done. Got some stuff. Yeah, quick wins and losses of the week. I can't believe we didn't do it.
My win and loss is both Pokemon Nuzlocke.
Win of the week is I'm going to go visit my family and friends back in Washington. And my loss of the week is not being packed yet. And there we go.
You're going to Washington to visit your family and friends, and you're gonna run a cool D&D one-shot.
Yeah. Over 4 days. 4-day
Beach
one-shot.
party.
And you're not packed. And when do you leave? In like 6
5 a.m.
hours?
I'm not going to sleep. I'm on a different sleep schedule. Listen,
He's
I've
just
been
built
up,
differently.
I've been up
Just
till
let him
7 a.m. for the past like 4 days. It's my vacation, man.
Yeah, dude.
I believe in you. Win and loss?
Started Pokemon Nuzlocke. It's super fucking fun. It's like playing Pokemon for the first time.
It's actively really awesome.
What is it?
I died 3 times last night. That's my loss.
So-
Whited out 3 times.
You're playing Pokemon Sword and Shield in a challenge mode.
Yep.
And the
Where I
challenge
have
mode.
a level cap, I have a party limit, I have the first Pokemon I encounter has to be the Pokemon that I keep, and there's some other stipulations around that because overworld stuff is weird. And
He gets to close his eyes and just walk off into the darkness. Whatever he catches, you catch it. It's great.
Yep, it's pretty nice. And I yesterday was distracted, just starting my stream, wasn't really feeling it, and walked into a trainer that I shouldn't have walked into and died. So I restarted a run. I caught a Pokemon, and it wasn't a particularly strong Pokemon, and I went into my second encounters to catch my second Pokemon. My Pokeball stopped working, and that Pokemon just killed the only Pokemon that I had, so I whited out again, so I had to restart, and then I went back in, and the same thing happened again, but that time I had a save, so I'm...
Also,
how many gyms
Aftershock
have you
says
beaten
you
now?
need to visit Wizards of the Coast.
Because I wiped on the first gym when I learned that I have to use Dynamaxing.
Yeah.
And decided to call that a wash anyway, even though I was going to change the rules, just because it would have felt scummy if I didn't.
Okay.
And then I died on the way up last night, and then I died at the very start.
Oh
What was your
gosh.
Aftershock special?
He was suggesting that you visit Wizards of the Coast while you're there.
Oh, I don't know
Also,
about
as a
that.
friend that works there, here is Boy in Progress so far. Also weird stuff. Because he's translucent, the sword is. Also green screen stuff gets weird.
Sometimes. That was
He's getting
pretty good.
there. He's
I
kind
got-
of cute. We'll see where he goes.
I got my boy.
He's going to a maze.
I think my win of the week
Beautiful drive.
is I finally started putting together the backbones of Candlekeep, which is a campaign / Candlekeep mysteries that I'll be DMing, and it's really dope. Freaking 3 chapters in, 3 stories in, 3 mysteries in. But I'm still building out Roll20 map stuff and assets and characters and locations. And it's like for like ground zero in chapter 1. Though they're like Discord for Candlekeep actually has a lot of good content. A lot of like fan created stuff. It's like super good. Super cool. Super cool. That's my win of the week. I think my loss of the week is I've been sick a lot. But definitely we'll see where that goes. Yeah. And I think, you know what? Actual loss of the week is I got my 3080 installed, and my computer is completely fully functional. I just keep having tech difficulties, and I'm currently troubleshooting all of my Oculus VR stuff. So I've gotten some stuff to work and some stuff not to work. Like my mixed reality stuff is not like super up to par, but getting there. So kind of a loss because it's the most frustrating thing in the world. But
Ready to send it?
oh yeah.
Thank you, all
Hey.
you guys, Raiders, if you're still hanging out, if you're still lurking. We will be back, not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after, and we'll be back not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after with
We're all
D&D.
going out of town, yeah. Let's send some love.
Yeah, dude.
Let's send some cool
Send them some
Bows. Oh my gosh. Odin's Eye Gaming, thank you so much for that raid. Welcome on in. We're trying to say words. Raid hype indeed. Welcome on in, raiders. It's true, it's true. I might as well be like Bobo. Welcome on in, raiders. My name is Nobo, and this is the Nobo Show. Today we're building a very cute thing. We're building a gosh darn tea house, and we are just getting to the fun part.